Hi, it's Julie Henriquez from Your Ladders, and I am really happy to be here with you today and to talk to you and to introduce myself. I have been in the performing arts working as an administrator for over 30 years, and I have been teaching arts administration for over 10. So last year I decided to found Your Ladders, which is an organization, a group, a school, a lot of different things that I've created that work to empower artists with skills they need to get over obstacles in their paths to success, whether they're real or perceived. And these obstacles are mostly business related, but they also have to do with empowering yourselves with knowledge and with the ability to overcome things like how do I network, how do I market, what's a business plan look like, things like that that are very tangible. But I've also been thinking about the mindset that we all need to be on an artistic journey. In addition to my performing arts work, I am a published mystery writer, and I write under different names. I have a new book coming out next week, as a matter of fact. And I know on my journey, I need and have learned a lot from my arts administration skills about how to better navigate that journey. And some of the things that I've learned are the business skills again, right? Understanding how to market and how to do things like that. But I've also learned and understand what you need to keep going. When you're an artist, whether you're saying it aloud or whether it's deep in your heart and you're not telling anyone that that's your dream, you are on a roller coaster ride. You're not on a straight journey that has specific destinations that you're going to make or not make. You are definitely on a roller coaster ride. So when you're on that roller coaster ride, how do you buckle up and get ready for the dips and the turns? I was at a conference last weekend with other writers, and we were talking, and I noticed that folks who have been on the ride for a while are much more comfortable with the mind shift that I'm talking about, much more comfortable with the this isn't working right now, but it's going to work. Or my series wasn't picked up, but I've got a proposal out. Sort of the navigating the twists and turns. But that's not always easy. And I think we all need to reboot sometimes. So I am offering a free webinar next week, the 5 keys to an artistic mind shift. And these 5 keys are ways you can reframe the way you think about your journey, the way you think about your work, wherever you are on your path, whatever you're doing, so that you feel more empowered and less at odds with what's going on. Why did I do this particular webinar? I mean, I could do one on marketing, and that would probably be wildly popular as well. But I think that I'm finding for myself and also for the folks I'm talking about that it can all be so overwhelming that if we don't have the tools that help us on our path, then it gets even harder. And whatever I can do to make an artist's journey easier is what my goal is for Your Ladders and for the work that I do in general. It certainly helps me, myself, but I also want to help other artists, feel better about the path they're on, or reframe how they're thinking about their journey as it is now, because it is twisty and turny, and it is a roller coaster, and it's fabulous in so many ways, but it can be daunting and scary as well. So I'm going to invite you and ask you to join me on this free webinar. You can go to yourladders.com/shift, yourladders.com/shift, and I will be offering these live. I'm going to do them a few times throughout the month of April. I'm also going to be talking about some reframing and restructuring I'm doing with Your Ladders, which is really exciting. But join me for these 5 keys. I know that they're going to help you on your artistic journey. I also want to say one more thing about who I include when I think about artists. Obviously, I've worked in the performing arts, and I'm most familiar with writers because of those my 2 fields. But I am wildly inclusive about who I am offering and building my classes for, and who I offer these webinars for, and who I do trainings for, and who I coach. Because whether it's a vocation or an avocation, whether you're making a living or trying to make a living, or whether you're doing it for your own soul or for your journey, or whether you're making a hybrid life where you're doing things in and out, all of you are included in who I'm considering the artist that I want to talk to. Because, again, this twisty-turny journey, sometimes you're doing it full-time, sometimes you're not doing it full-time, other times you're trying to figure out your path. So do join me on the webinar so we could talk about these 5 shifts, and I could tell you more about some of the other classes that I'm offering in your ladders, and the new subscription, the Netflix model that I'm now adopting for those classes in your ladders to make them more accessible to artists of all genres, of all abilities, of all callings, of wherever you are in your journey. I want to help empower you. I want to hear from you, and I want to build a community for you. So join me on yourladders.com/shift, www.yourladders.com/shift, and I'll see you on the webinar. And it is live, so you can also ask questions and we can talk. Looking forward to it. Thanks so much.